from Seint are coming today at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm Eastern Standard Time. I don't know, you do. You figure that out. Sometimes I have to use the old Google machine for that. So I want to demonstrate for you the cream and sugar palette. I have on one of the lip tints. We'll talk about all the good things. Hi, I'm Sonia. I am your over 50, 55. I'm going to be 56 this year. Makeup, skincare, hair, all things beauty, fashion, all the things that you can think of when it comes to just wanting to look and feel your best, but yet accepting who you are and where you are, and that we like comfort. When it comes to fashion, I love comfort. All right. I love coffee too. And the really that they called this cream and sugar just makes me the happiest human. It really super does. I'm like that. I love it. So I'm just going to demonstrate for you how to use this palette that they have pre-built that's $99, and you're going to save $55 if you buy this all together. This is not the palette that it comes in. I ordered it, but it's not here yet. It's actually going to look like that, which is really pretty. That's a raised gold Seint emblem on there. And it's a 12, which I love. And you're like, what's a 12? So Seint palettes are customizable. They are customizable by you. I can help you, but they're customizable by you like this, okay? You can pop them out and pop them in. They're magnetic. It's just really the best makeup system ever. And I found it 5 years ago. And because I have mature skin, I was on the hunt for new makeup and found this. And it's like everything. Your contour, your bronzer, everything, eyeshadows, everything that you can imagine can fit in here. So this is your makeup bag right here. So this is the pre-built palette. But what I love about it is it comes in a 12. What that means is it holds 12 large tins or 24 small tins. These are small. These are large, and you have this whole area. They don't come with this to put whatever you want in there. So if you're a Seint lover already, you're like, yes, I have another palette to put things in. If you're not, you can get a color match here. If you come at Match Me, I can match you to your tones, and we can put your colors here. So I typically put my creams on one level and my powder's on the other level. But in this case, I wanted you to show, good morning, hello. I wanted you to see what pretty goodness that they have, even though mine are used. All right, so I'm gonna do my eyes first, and I'm gonna use just the shades. I'm not gonna use all the shades that they have here, but they picked out some really pretty ones. There's Basic and Mama. These are the two mattes. And then they have Sis and Snowbird. Those are the shimmers. And I'm not gonna use them all. We're just gonna play around. No reason why. That's what I'm going to do. Hi, Natalie. What's going on? Okay, so I'm going to take Mama and put it on first. And I'm going to use this brush, which is the eyeshadow. Ooh, maybe I've had too much coffee. The eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to use the dense end. And I'm going to scrape the sides because it's obviously a very well-loved shade. I have just been diagnosed as being a summer. You're like, what are you talking about? I did it. I did a color analysis and I was shocked. I don't know why. I was shocked that she said I was a summer. No one else is. But this goes beautifully with my summer shades. I thought it was an autumn. Why? Because I was born in October. I think that's why. Okay, so there is Mama on the mobile lid. I have hooded eyes, so I'm just going to show you what I do for my hooded eyes. I'm going to flip this over. Well, let's do the dense end, and I'm just going to take Basic. Basic is a really pretty basic brown. It's for everyone. I am a medium skin tone person, and I can still use it above my crease and get dimension. So what I mean by that is I already had my primer on. My eyebrows are done. I have lashes on. Make sure you're using mascara. We're just going to look right here. Like my logic. Oh my gosh. So silly pants. And they were colors, fall colors are colors I love. But I did know that some of them didn't look good on me. So anyway, more about the color analysis will come later because I'm going to share some stuff with you. Okay, so there's going to go above my crease, and that's what you're going to want. You want it above your crease if you have hooded eyes to create dimension. If you have deep set eyes, what you're going to do is you're going to go that brow bone where it sinks in on your eye, because what you're having is your deep set is sinking in on your eyeball. And then you have a brow bone that is coming out. You want to recede the brow bone just back a little bit. So just take that deeper color, the medium to dark tone, and put it on the brow bone, or if you're hooded eye, put it above your crease. We don't do a rainbow on here. We don't necessarily sweep like this. We want to sweep and sweep out just a little bit. Don't overthink it. I'm an overthinker. And so then sometimes I'm an over-explainer. Just get it above your crease and do the best that you can, and then fine tune from there. I'm going to take like that. Now, I'm not going to put Snowbird on, but Snowbird is a pretty shimmer. Again, this palette that is pre-built is $99. You're saving $55. Guys, each one of these are $16. So think of how many of those you're getting free. Hello. There's Snowbird. There's Sis. Can you see it? There's Sis. And then I can't really get Mama on my finger because I think I have a new one somewhere. Is there? You can't really see it. And then Basic is here. So they really blend well together. Okay, so we have Basic on. So good. I'm going to take a little bit of it and stick it underneath my eye. And again, this will be available at 10 Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so then I'm going to take Sis and put it on my mobile lid. You can be done. The thing is with this, you can get several different looks. You can use just Mama on a really subtle day. You can use just Basic. I do just Basic all the time. I use my eye primer as a kind of as an eyeshadow on my mobile lid. And then I just put Basic above my crease and kind of swoosh it around. And then I just use that only. You play. But we're going to take pinky finger. I like using my finger for shimmers like this. And I'm going to take that. See, it's almost a foiled look, but it's not chunky. I don't always love using chunky. And I know as a mature woman, using a shimmer can be challenging anyway because of the creasing that we have on our lids. They get a little crepey. If you don't want to use the shimmer here on the inner part and on the mobile lid, that's okay. I don't have a lot of my creasing is kind of coming up above. But look at what that does for the eye. It pops, it kind of opens it up a little bit, and it adds a really fun little sparkle, which I love. So I'm going to take my other pinky, and I always do this. I don't know if you should do this, but I always do. If I go like this, I just feel like I have better control if I pull my eye out like that. If that is a technique, I don't know. Just do what works for you. I'm going to put it a little bit in the center. I'm going to work a little bit more towards the tear duct. Okay. So I like to keep the lighter shades not onto my hooded eye. What I mean by that is, this is my hood right here. Okay. If I get shimmer on the hood, it pops the hood. I think it's a fact. It's my fact. But so I will take my color and just do a little bit of swooshing down, even if I use a matte and I have a light here, like see how you can see a little bit of that, a little bit of my primer right there. I don't like it to accent the hood because light brings forward, and that could potentially do that for me. Okay, so that's it. Yes. I mean, yes. Hooded eyes, I feel like you don't need to be old to even have hooded eyes. When we're born with them oftentimes, and then what happens is they droop. So then that's a whole nother thing. So that's kind of what comes, you see on the side. Oh, and the Mother's Day release, besides Cream and Sugar, is we have lip tints. I have Pinky on right now. I'm not going to demonstrate all of them. There's a reel out there, and I have a post that you can go see all the shades. I love these guys. They're a gloss tint. They are not a stain, but they stain my lips, just so you know. They tint my lips. I don't want Seint to hear me. I'm joking. They don't care. But these really are so pretty. We have cherry, we have some reds, we have some berries, we have some pink, we have some really pretty shades, and I love them, but they're glossy, and you can still like go like this, okay? Rub your lips together. This has been on for about 10 minutes, and you can do that. You can build it. So if I'm like, oh, I want a little bit more on, I can still add it. I don't have to put a gloss over it to make it feel good like you do stains. So that's why they're calling these tints, because they don't want you to think it's a stain. And I don't have that dry down feeling, okay? I don't have that either. All right, because this is a 12, I put my shades here in the bottom. So I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on, so a little bit of concealer and some things, and then we're gonna go into these beautiful goodnesses right there. Okay, so I will take my shape brush because I'm doing very light. I'm gonna take the bronzer. This is Bella bronzer. I didn't tell y'all what was in here. Okay, Angel Illuminator, very pretty. This is a balm. You can use it on your, yes, isn't it? It's so Barbie, but you can make it subtle or you can make it pop. All right, this is a balm. You can use it on your under eyes if you get creasing with makeup. This is a Boardwalk Bella bronzer, which Bella bronzer is so universal. And then I told you guys the eyeshadows, but we're going to, oh wait, I'm going to take the bronzer and I'm going to even out my skin tone with a shape brush. I'm going to tap into, mine's kind of gone here, so I'm kind of tapping around. And I'm going to add dimension and some warmth, a nice sun-kissed look for me. I love it. On light days, I can do just bronzer or a little bit of concealer and bronzer, whatever I feel like. But this Cream and Sugar palette has that bronzer in it for you, which I love. I just love that. Okay, so a little bit on the cheeks. I will put some on my under eyes to darken it just a little bit. So I'm kind of evening things out. I'm a little pink on my cheeks. Putting bronzer can just help even your skin tone out. I know that's like, what? What do you mean? I thought it was just for color. Well, it evens everything out too. You can put it under the makeup. You can put it over your makeup. However you choose to do it, it's totally up to you. You can even use this as an eyeshadow. Just side note, for hooded eyes, if you want to use a cream as an eyeshadow, only do it above your crease. Then you don't worry about it creasing in the crease. I get creasing with cream eyeshadows unless I do it just above the crease. So that was a little side note. So let's take a little bit of my darker shade here. I have two main highlight shades. We call them highlights. And I'm going to put a little bit here on my inner eye. This is a concealer for me. I will use it on my redness and I'll use it on my under eyes. I'm going to take a little bit over and I'm going to darken the under eye a little bit. What I'm doing that is, when you have dark under eyes, if you darken the under eye like so next to your darkness, it'll help disguise it. It's a really fun trick. Take out a little bronzer or a darker concealer if you have it at home and try it and see if it works for you. You're going to have to play and you have to use the least amount of makeup as possible because that's another thing with mature skin. You need to use the least amount possible because of our texture and our creasing. Okay, then I'm going to go into that concealer again with the fluffy end. This is such a lovely little brush. This brush, the blush bronzer and the blend brush had a little baby and it's this one. But she's a little preemie because she's a little smaller. But I love her so much. All right, I'm going to put a little bit here on my pink areas, as you can see. See how that just diffused down? It kind of filtered it, and I love that. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I have a little bit of redness on my nose today, so I'm going to flip this end over, and I'm going to mix it and tap on my nose, under my nose. So again, we're going over Mother's Day releases. These are, if you would get a color match, you can add your other colors to the bottom, and this would be a really great way for you to save money because you're saving you're getting this $55 off. You're gonna pay $100 for this. You're getting the compact. You're getting all of these. You're getting set up for a palette, and then you can put your shades down here. And again, these are, what did I say, 16? I think they're 8. I don't know what they are. They're 16 because the eyeshadows are 14. And so those are each. So that right there, you do the math times 4. All right. So I'm just going to put a little on my chin. Can you tell I'm not a mathematician? I am not a mathematician. All right. Put a little bit here. Okay. So I have this on. Eyes are concealed. All the things. I'm not going to contour. I don't feel like it today. So let's go to Desert Sunset, or excuse me. This is Boardwalk. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't that look like Cream and Sugar? I'm actually, though, I'm going to mix it. And you're like, what are you doing to me, Sonia? I'm going to take Huckleberry. This is a semi-gloss of ours. And I just think it's really pretty. And I'm going to mix it with Boardwalk. So we're going to tap a little bit of that. Just, I got a pink dress on, and it's just, you know, this is what I do. This is what I love to do. You don't have to do this. You can just use Boardwalk on your lips, or you can use a little bit on your cheeks for a very subtle color. But I'm going to take that. It's not blended in. And then I'm going to take Boardwalk and stick it on the very top. And then let's just blend it in with the brush. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. I love Huckleberry. Huckleberry is probably one of my very favorites. Really, honestly, truly. I feel like any skin tone can wear this. I don't care if you're a summer, a winter, a fall. You can wear this. It's just a pretty, pretty shade. Okay. So I got too much on, but that's all right. We shall fix. Okay. And then I keep it high on the cheekbones, and then I just tap a little bit right there. If you ever get too much on, wet a sponge. This is a Perfector sponge, and just tap like that. And you're going to press it in, and you'll take off any extra that you didn't need. Okay. So then I mixed Huckleberry and Boardwalk together. You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. And then I'm going to take and brighten, but first I'm going to level off on my cheeks. Yes, Mary. Mary's like, I'm going to have to try this combo. Yes, you are. I'm going to take my brightening shade with the same small end of, it's a little fluffy. So just take just a little bit, and I'm just going to chisel out my cheeks just a little bit to make them look a little bit more full. A little bit of brightener down there. I'm going to blend that in. Hang tight. Take the shape brush and do a little bit here, brightening. I'm squeezing it together now. There's other brushes that you can use. And I am going to pull that small little brush out again, and we're going to do some little fine tuning. And I'm just going to put a little bit here. And I'm going to put a little bit here because I'm sinking in areas, or any areas that we want elevated. We can stick a lighter color. This is white peach, if you're wondering. And then I'm going to take it to the top of my cheeks to elevate a little bit between my ears. If you have 11s or pores that you don't like, don't put it on there. And a little down the center of my nose. Okay, now, I have Angel Illuminator, which is so good, but I'm going to take a little bit of my main shade right there with that brush, and I'm just going to fine tune my blush. Remember I said I have a little bit too much on? We're just going to take those edges and chill them out. We actually could use this brush. Chill them out just a little bit. And then we're going to take a little bit of an Angel Illuminator. Angel Illuminator is a really pretty, again, it's for any skin tone, whether you're medium or dark or light. I love that they put this one in here. It's a cream. So probably if you're new to Seint, not many of you used a cream illuminator. Take it. It's very subtle. Okay. And then you can stick it on the top of your cheekbones like so. You could again do it down the center of your nose, above your brows, at the top, underneath the brows, end of your nose, under your chin, whatever. You can, wherever you want to do it. But it's a very subtle, pretty color. And let me show you Boardwalk. Very pretty. And then I'll show you Angel next to it. So can you see how it just grabs the light? And then because it's a gloss, it grabs the light. And then you can also, I think I need to open my window here a little bit more. Not so much, never mind. It's casting shadows. And then I'm going to take, what was I going to do? Angel, oh, I'm going to take a little bit of that Boardwalk just to show you what you can do. And put it on pinky. I mean, why not? Let's say in a little bit, your pinky is kind of drying down a little bit, but you still have this the tint on your lips, not drying down. Don't think crusty, but dried down a little bit. You can take one of our glosses. You could take the balm, whatever you want, and kind of brighten it back up. I'm just trying to get all of the possibilities for you. So I am going to powder today. This is not included in this palette, but since they got you a 12, you can add it to the palette. I'm going to take my powder brush and I'm going to just powder a little bit on my nose and a little bit on here. Natalie, you can't find your boardwalk? It happens to the best of us, right? Okay, this is a little bit of art. It fits in our palette. It's called Vanilla Dust. Okay. So good. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I have she said I have beautiful eyes. I have my grandma's eyes. And then all my aunts got the blue. But then my grandpa had blue too. But they're just like this. I love that I have them just because it's a family thing. So thank you. All right. Thanks for being here again. Mother's Day releases, they drop at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard. You do the math for your location. And this right here, you can get for $99. You're saving $55. If you want to comment match me, I can get you a match. And then maybe you can fill up that second level like I did. And then we have these beautiful 5 lip shades. You can go find my post to see them. They're so pretty, all of them. And they have these little things on the side. And they do tint your lips. They really, truly do. And they're glossy. And they have squalene in them. Oh, and then we have, did I leave it in my bathroom? We also have a lip whip. I am super picky about glosses and oils and things like that on my lips. I like them to stay. This lip whip is like a gloss with some great hydrating properties that they have put in it. And I put it on my lips and it stays. It's very, very nice. So that drops today too. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.